Typical day, drugs, shots. Man, you go to the park, see some blood on the ground. It's like you get numb to it. Little dice games. You lose enough money, you might lose your life. My name is Garrett Johnson. Hear my story. A day in Winter Garden, a day in the life. Man, I'm waking up, getting prepared for school. My granddad, I'm staying with my granddad. Staying with me, my mom, my granddad, 3 of my cousins. Small little house over there. Obviously, all of us couldn't fit in there, but we made it work. Someone had to sleep on the couch on the floor. Me and my mom, we had to sleep in the same bed for a while, and it's something I was ashamed of that. I'm at the bus stop. I'm on one side. I'm at the park. Literally across the street from me, we got the dope boys over there, getting off whatever they getting off, bright and early. Not thinking anything of it. We going to school, but they right over there. We go to school, we do what we do, come back. They on that same block. They on that same block right there. It's 2, 3 o'clock right there. They doing what they do. And not a lot of people make it out. It's a lot of talent. A lot of talent has came and still there, but very few make it out. Very few make it out. My way making it out was sports. From the earliest I can remember, I was involved in sports. I had a mom and dad, but my mom, she was my mom and pretty much my dad. She handled everything. She handled everything from physicals to schooling or anything that you can name. Food, just a meal on the table. Is my mom. I used to always see, even in sports, I used to always see, families, a mom and a dad, and man, that was something that I always longed for. I could go to one of my baseball buddies' house. They got 5, 6 acres, nice house, breakfast, lunch, dinner, in that order right there, versus bread and milk, or put some sugar in my milk or sugar water, whatever it is, or just a bowl of cereal just to fill me up. Man, I'll go over there. I do whatever I could to go over there, however many times I could for as long as I could. Mama called. She wasn't calling me. I didn't have a cell phone. I'm a jit. She calling my friend's parents. All right, it's time for Garrett to come home. Can he come home now? Man, I would be in tears. When I had to come back home, and because that's not what I wanted. And I think that gave me hope, seeing what was out there, because all I knew from being in the neighborhood was what was in the neighborhood, and I knew I didn't want that. I was balling, so I knew there was something out there more for me than just getting the sack and getting it off. Man, Coach came into my life. I would say in middle school. Coach got in my life in middle school, and took a hold of me, not just me, but the rest of the other jits, around the neighborhood who had some sort of potential, or who he saw that could do something, or better yet, whoever would give him the chance for him to pour into their lives. He brought me out the neighborhood. He would be taking us to camps. Coach would take us to camps further than, just, past Clearmont or something. We didn't really go too far. We knew Orlando. Coach showing us this, taking us that in the truck, getting us meals. Hey man, this is nice. I feel like this is it's fancy, but it's not. Coach gave me a different perspective. He spoke different than my peers in the neighborhood. What I was hearing from him, it was much different than what I heard from my neighbor next door, who just got their door kicked down. Instead of going next door, or instead of going down the street, smoking weed or, drinking, doing whatever, I chose to go out there and get a parachute or lay my ladder down on the concrete, man, just start working out, So I was like, man, I gotta do this. In sports, that was the only thing that I was thinking of. I played football and baseball, but football, football took me the distance. If it wasn't for sports, I truthfully don't know what I would have thought to do. Due to sports, I was able to earn a degree, a full ride to the University of Kentucky. That, man, now I realize, I'm like, man, God, you good. God is good. God is good. Cause I'm looking at the tuition. I'm like, man, if I had to tell my mom, this is what we got to do to, to go here, that would have been a tough conversation. But sports gave me the opportunity. It gave me the opportunity to baseball, to leave the state, to see that it was other people out there that talk different than the people 5 minutes from here. I'm mentor now, so I bring kids along. I put them in my back seat. They tell me, man, Garrett, man, I never been out of Orlando. He told me, like, man, that'll give me hope. I was like, man, that hit me. That was recent. It was recent, very recent. He's like, that's motivation. That's what he said. He's like, yeah, the exact word, man, that's motivation. And like, he twisting his hair. That's motivation right there. I'm like, it is, man, because it's so much more than what we see right here. All you know is all you see. This is all you see. That's all you're gonna know. It's crazy to think there's more out there if this is all you know, and it's all that's going into your brain. Man, if you grew up like me, keep the faith, keep the hope. You don't need it all right now. But set goals for yourself. Know who you are. Stay true to you. You're going to go wherever you go with your choices. It's a journey. It's a long journey. It's a long journey if you treat it right. The fast life goes fast. The fast life goes fast. And the last thing I would say is, man, keep your faith. Keep your head held high. It's a journey. It will get hard. But I guarantee and I promise, if you keep the faith, your day gonna come. It may not be how you want it, but I promise and I guarantee it's gonna be well worth the wait and the sacrifices.